Que pasa? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to yet another glorious episode of the Trial and Aaron podcast. We call it The Tap. I'm your host, Aaron, and today's episode is going to be much like my sex life. No, not existent, but an absolute quickie with hardly any satisfaction on your end. Only me. Nah, just joking. It'll be satisfying. I swear. As they all are. But no, it's a quickie today because I'm under the gun time-wise. We're recording here on Thursday, trying to get this out on Friday, so I want to make it like a quick little thing, and I still have to create questions for Tap Trivia. That takes a handful of hours. Gotta get that ready for Sunday, but under the gun because Saturday I'm leaving to Hollister on Friday. I got the Northern California Renaissance Fair. Clearly that takes priorities over all my all the other priorities. It's numero uno. Gotta go dress up like a goon. Thinking techno wizard this time around. I've been rocking the same outfit for months. For every time I've gone to a Ren Fair, same outfit. Gotta switch it up. So just need to make some time for tomorrow to get the questions done, go to Spirit, get some stuff, and then go to Hollister, a nice little 2.5 hour drive. So a lot to get done. Gotta edit this, gotta get it out, baby. And so yeah, a little quickie. But I actually recorded yesterday a episode that I wanted to dive into the brand analysis, the creative analysis of rave culture, because I went to Breakaway this past Saturday with the one and only Ray McIntyre, brother Joe, his wife Tori. An absolute blast, and I just wanted to dive into that, and I did. I dove into that. I dove into Halloween as a brand. I'm going to talk about just the money mogul that it is, its cultural impact, and I touched on all those things. But I just thinking back on it, I was kind of not rushing through it, but just going through the talking points, trying to keep it a quicker episode. Found myself repeating a little bit, and just it didn't come out the way I like. So here's what we're gonna do next week. I got confirmation Ray Max coming back, and we're gonna make good on our promise to do some brand analysis, creative analysis. I know it sounds a little flaccid, but god damn it, my nips are hard talking about it. I love talking about creativity, and there's so much in Halloween. There's so much in rave culture and just that community as a brand and everything that was associated with it. There was a Celsius bar over there, and just I don't know. I want to go on these rants about these energy drinks and what I experienced, and then from Ray's perspective, because he's way more experienced when it comes to the house music, the rave scene, and these festivals and stuff like that. So we're bringing the man in. We're gonna be ready. We're gonna be dialed in with our own points, our own takeaways, and this dissect these brands. And hopefully it's intriguing enough that you guys will get off on it a little bit or a lot of it. So the aforementioned quickie, I got a couple of stories. One, it's Halloween time, and I'm in the haul truck, the tractor over at the landfill. Shout out to B&D Gertz, like an unofficial sponsor of the Tap. And when I'm in there, I have some time waiting while I'm getting loaded up with whatever material, and I listen to podcasts. I'm like, it's spooky season. Let's listen to some Halloween lore. There's a lot of great videos out there, but one I found was the history, like the lore of jack-o'-lanterns. So I want to talk about that story, Jack of the Lantern, and I want to embellish quite a bit, just add a bunch of silly ridiculousness to it. But before that, I want to talk about something that really happened at Breakaway, because it's nothing but good vibes, positive people drugged out of their minds and just having a gay old time. But I want to bring to light this guy. If you're listening to this just audio only, just let me paint a picture for you. We got this goon with a mullet, a beard. He is a far less attractive Cap Smith if he was Asian. Cap shits on this guy. He's a handsome son of a bitch. This guy's an uggo, and he has a Portishead shirt on. Now this guy was all drugged out. I'm like all joking aside, like I have no issues with this guy. We just had this goofy ass weird experience, and like we've been talking to just strangers when we're tailgating. We go into the venue, and I'm looking like I'm perking. I'm not perking. I'm a strictly booze and weed guy, right? So I'm not low, enjoying myself, buzzing, and just looking to talk to people and just spread the friendly vibes. You know, I'm really feeling it, really enjoying like the energy of this place. And I see this guy walking by with a Portishead shirt on. And Portishead, if you're not familiar, as far as I know, this is like, it's a band. It's like kind of a funky, jazzy, indie band sound, but it's really cool. It's on my writing playlist in the morning, and I just love when it comes on the queue. And I see this guy with a Portishead shirt, and he's walking by. I'm like, hey, Portishead, Portishead, right? Not like accosting him, but trying to get his attention. And he steps forward and then steps back and then turns at me. And he's like, oh, yeah, like the town, right? Like, no, like the band, the music. And he just stares at me for a moment, goes, no, and then turns and about face and walks, just leaves me in the dust. I'm like, what the hell did I just experience? Ray was there the whole time, and he's just flabbergasted. The EMT right next door, like he was standing like 3 feet away. It was just like, what the hell just happened? So, damn you, Portishead, you bastard. And then I looked it up. I'm like, is this guy just that? He was definitely on drugs, autistic, positive, who knows, socially inept, just out there in his own world. And I looked it up. Where's Portishead? And it's there is a town in the UK and called Portishead. So I was like, well, silly me for making an assumption against the 4 agreements. Never make assumptions, but I thought a guy wearing a Portishead shirt, me without the knowledge of it actually being a town, at a music festival, like EDM, a little like rave music, and then I get slapped in the face with my ignorance. Maybe he's just a huge fan of the town of Portishead. I didn't know, but now you do, and there's story number 1. Got it out of the way. Ray and I will talk about it next week on the tap, baby. But it's good. So now the story of Jack of the Lantern. I listened to a couple of videos on it. I mean, you give it the gist because I like telling stories. I like learning these little lore stories as a writer myself. I'm like, all right, so here we go. There is this piece of shit guy named, they called him Stingy Jack, over yonder across the pond in Ireland. And he was a blacksmith by trade, but an absolute weasel, a shyster. He'll lie to you, steal from you. He's going to drink his ass off. He's just a frat boy who just leaves squalor and despair in his wake. I don't think he's murderous in any way, but he's just an absolute scumbag, a piece of shit, pretty much your average politician here in the United States. And this guy, he wrongs everybody he goes across. Like, you get the picture. Absolute scum. So one day, he's just kind of like wandering in the country. He's all ham-dogged, and then out of nowhere, the devil shows up. It's the devil, because his exploits apparently have reached the depths of hell. This guy, all the demons are whispering, you hear about the Stingy Jack? Motherfucker is just getting everybody to buy this crypto and then bailing on him. Oh my God, this Stingy Jack. So like he's got some clout amongst the demons in hell. So as the lore goes, he's walking. So the devil doesn't quite emerge, but he goes and sees this body hanging from a tree. Ooh, a little macabre. And he goes up, and the face comes to life, and it's the devil. He's just shapeshifting. He's like, hey, I'm here to collect your soul. I'm here to get your soul. And Jack's like, all right, I got you. I feel it, devil. I feel it. My time has come. But one request, devil. And the devil, he didn't go down to Georgia. He's there in Ireland. He's like, all right, what you want? What you want? Well, Jack says, I want a couple of beers before I go to hell. You know, as a man's man, I'm like, that's a pretty honest request right before you go to hell. And the devil obliges. Of course the devil obliges. So they go to the bar, they go to the pub, they go to Hoobies. They say, hey, give me some of them beers. Nick serves it up. They go to the back room. But, you know, of course, trivia's not happening there today, but they go, and he just slams some ales. Slamming ales and just getting hammered. Him and the devil just, I'm not sure what they're talking about. Maybe porn, maybe the plague, maybe maybe plague porn. I don't know. Whatever Stingy Jack and the devil are talking about, but he's many beers deep, and then it's time to pay the tab. So he goes up and he's like, hey, devil, hey, guy, you want to transform into a silver for me so we can pay for these brews? The devil, good guy Lucifer is like, you know what, bet, I'll pay for you. I'll pay for your tab, Jack. Transform into a silver right into Jack's palm of his hand. Does he pay with it? No, he pockets the devil silver. He puts it in his fat fucking pocket, and he just walks away. I don't think he paid his tab. Of course he doesn't pay his tab. He's a piece of shit. And so the devil tries to transform back, but he can't. Why? Because Jack has a crucifix in his pocket. So the devil's just, fuck out of here, freaking out, fuck. And Jack's like, okay, buddy, we'll let you out under one condition. And one video said he wants longer to live before he goes to hell. So he tells one video said is 1 year. Another video I listened to said 10, a decade of lives. But let's just settle for 5. A little bit more time on Earth if he promises to change the devil back to the devil. And he acquiesces, and, old Jack gets away with it. He pulled one over on El Diablo. And so he's living his life just being, squirrely piece of shit. What a name drop a politician in Winners. A real Cecilia Aguiar Curry, just ruining everybody's good time. Scum! Just a real doo-doo head, living his life. And then the time comes, and the devil comes back, and he's like, hey, time to pay the devil your due, you son of a bitch. No fiddling around like with old Charlie Daniels. Yeah, Charlie Daniels. Anyways. So it's not Charlie Daniels, it's Jack the Shit. And he says, all right, devil, one last request, por favor. And the devil says, sí. Why not? Por qué no? And he says, I would love to have an apple. It's a long trip down to hell. It's a long trip. Excuse me. Can I have an apple from that tree? And the devil's like, all right, fine, I'll go up and get you an apple. As the devil goes, it's kind of funny, the devil's going to go get an apple after all that hubbub he caused with Adam and Eve. He goes to fetch the apple, and then Jack either cuts 4 crucifixes in the tree, or he places 4 of them around the tree, but essentially the devil is stuck with no way out. And of course he does this, get the fuck out of here, I can't do it, man, I'm freaking out over here, got this fucking apple, nothing to do. And Jack says again, all right, yo, I got you this time again, so here's the stipulation. I'll let you free, but I don't want to go to hell. I don't ever want to go to hell. Don't let me go to hell. I need your word. I need the devil's word. And the devil says, fine. You're not going to go to hell. I won't take your soul to hell. And so that's it. Jack has a guarantee that he's not going to go to hell. So he lives the rest of his life, squalor, despair, scumbaggery, skullduggery, what have you. And this absolute turd finally kicks the bucket. He finally dies. He's not going to hell, so he makes his way to the pearly gates. And he's about to step in, and then the bouncer's like, whoa, stop right there, buddy. Your ass ain't getting in here. You ain't getting in here. No effing way. Only Harambe and Bob Ross, just the good uns. The good uns are here. You're not. You're a piece of shit. You're a Dodgers fan. You're a Lakers fan. I was going to say Yankees. But you're just absolute swill. You're scum. You don't deserve to be here. Go to hell, he says. And he's like, I can't go to hell. I made these deals. So now my spirit's just stuck in limbo, kind of. So old Jack, he's the type of guy who would get his nose bitten off by a Saigon whore, not by accident, but by request. He's just that sick son of a bitch. But instead, no Saigon whores. He just goes down to hell, and he's like, yo, devil, bruh, I'm not trying to be here, but, can I get something to help me, as I'm roaming the earth until Judgment Day, until, the final end, until Armageddon? And he's like, fine. So he plucks a little hellfire, and he gives it to him. He gives it to old Jack. And Jack finally gets back to earth, and, he's a spirit at this point. He's not, a living being. And he finds a gourd, I guess, not a pumpkin initially, but he carves it up and then puts the hellfire inside of it, and that is his lantern. That is a makeshift lantern he uses to roam the earth in darkness. And he's just a bad spirit, he's just, like I said, scumbag in life and in death. And so people in Ireland, to ward off his spirit, it has since transformed into the pumpkins to put gnarly faces in it to ward off not only bad spirits, but Jack of the Lantern. And hence the name of the carved pumpkins we have every year, the jack-o'-lantern. It's just to ward off this absolute turd spirit. All the evil spirits, put out your jack-o'-lanterns. It's good for you because the veil between the living and the dead is oh so thin. Paper thin, baby. Just like people's tolerance for jokes these days. God bless it. But that is Jack of the Lantern. That is the Promise Quickie of the Tap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed doing a quick little retelling of a story, kind of a reminiscent of my Vigorous movie recaps that nobody listened to back in the day. But hey, we're coming out with new shit out here, baby. Jack of the Lantern, you got it. Portishead, just also an evil spirit lurking around. Maybe put out like a joint to light a joint and use it as incense to keep him away. So anyways, you guys, thank you for listening to this oh-so-quick episode of The Tap. Go out there, get silly, not stupid. Catch you next time.
You lose! Good day, sir!